Okay, let's check to see if we are in fact live. Give me a minute here. Give me a minute here. Gotta check to see if it's working. So I did. Okay. All right. It looks like it's working. Good. 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 Everything's working. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Wednesday stream. It is I, GZ, and I am not joined by any co-host today. It's just me. It's just me. We're going to be doing some solo stuff because we're working on a hard magic class. And when I say hard, I don't mean difficult. When I say hard, I mean magic is what they do, and so we're going to be doing that. I'm just getting the charts ready to go. I realized that I opened about half of what I needed, but then didn't have the rest of what I needed. So here we go. I just thought yeah, let me just make sure I have everything that I need. So let's see, we need this for formatting, right? We need this because this is the actual chart that we're going to be modifying. The blank document, the class backend, yada, 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 etc., etc. Good, good, good. Okay, there we go. Okay, right. So, let me just make a quick tweak to stream settings and make sure everything here is correct. Make sure that we're streaming appropriately. Yeah, okay, I think that's everything. I think we're good. Why do you have a problem with that? No, I'm not going to, no, that's not the correct correction. Okay. All right, so let me switch over to Asus Write, and we are here with a blank document, an untitled document. So, the class that we're working on today, that I am working on today, I should say, is Arcanist. The, the rule breaker. At least that's how it is in Pathfinder. Let me do some other formatting. Yeah, let me do some other formatting here. The rule breaker magic class. At least that's what they want you to believe. Well, that's what it is in PF. For VTC, it's going to be much, much different. It's going to be different. Well, I shouldn't say much different, but it's going to be different. It's going to be, actually, yeah, it will be much different. Here's their chart, and I do need to get things formatted. I'm just using Barbarian because I know that's one that's correctly formatted. So we've got that. I need to get this so that way we can hyperlink. Boom. All right, that should open directly to Arcanist now. And then this one needs to go here. Fucking damn it, Google, just paste it. Just do the command. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for you? Anyway, so yeah, Arcanist. Oh boy. Let's see, jump that in there. Perfect. Okay, Barbarian. We're just gonna grab that, put that there. Let's see, they've got a D6 hit die. Yeah. Okay, so boom. There's that. Alignment. Yada yada yada. We need heading 2 for class features and weapon and armor proficiencies. Okay, we're getting it formatted. Right. Any other formatting stuff that I'm going to need to know about? Not until we get further down. Excellent, excellent. Okay. See, I already put the bonus feats in here, and I've already got their primary capstone. And some of the 2150 stuff, just, I've got names for stuff, but, not actually what it does. We're not doing 2150 today. We're just doing the 1 to 20 as per the norm. And so we move in. So let me explain what the class is about first of all. So Arcanist is a class that does not going to use spell slots. Instead, they're going to use a kind of more video gamey kind of mana system to cast their spells. That will become apparent once I actually type it out, but that's essentially how it works, is they're going to do mana instead of spell slots. Now, some of you who watch this down the road and know, about certain things might go, oh, but GZ, how's that going to work with feats? It's going to be a nightmare. Don't worry, they're not going to get meta magic feats. They're not going to be able to use meta magic feats because of the mana. Instead, the meta magic feats are going to be built in, but they're going to be slightly different, which upon saying that, I realized that I do need the feat thingy. I need the master list. There it is. I do need the feat master list. It's all right, cool. It's already sorted to me. Oh yeah, because I was looking into this for I was doing this for campaign, right? I was looking at this. So yeah, they're not going to be able to use meta magic feats, which, some people might say, oh geez, that kind of fucking sucks. It's fine. It'll work. It'll work, trust me. Yeah, with mana and everything, and I need to pull up the other reference windows so that I'm not getting distracted by movement on Streamlabs. But yeah, so oh, my neck. Okay. Uh, there we go. All right. So, weapon and armor proficiency, Arcanists. They're not classes that Arcanists are not people that really use weapons. So we're going to keep it simple when it comes to weapons. No, nothing fancy, no martial stuff. And armor, they're a lot like wizards. Actually, they are a hybrid class, so I do need to put that in here. It needs to be bold. Let's see. So since they're using a point system to actually do their things, they're basically a hybrid class of monk and wizard. What they inherit from monk is the point pool, essentially. That's what they get. And then what they get from wizard is the arcane mastery of magic, basically. I mean, I might throw some school stuff in there. We're gonna get the first iteration of this down on digital paper, and then we will do some testing. I think I know the perfect guy to test this too. And from there, we will make tweaks. Maybe include some more parent stuff, maybe not. And it really depends on what kind of data that I get from the play testing. And that being said, let's continue to jump right into it. Again, I am checking to see if there's any other formatting stuff that I need to know about. The answer is no. Right? Yeah, so this is formatted correctly and everything. Cool. All right. So starting off, their first level basic thing, right, is is mana. So Arcanists, maybe I should do speak to text, so that way I can, just kind of, that way I'm not typing and I'm not, not speaking. I mean, you could have guessed. You thought Magus. No, Magus is going to come later. I need to think on that one some more. It's Arcanist. But maybe I should do the speech-to-text thing. It's not built in on... it's not built in on here, is it? Or do I need to do like a Windows thing for this? Yeah, I don't think it's built in. So I'm you know what? I'm just gonna work it and try to type and talk at the same time. So mana. So right, Arcanists do not. My guess was Oracle. Oracle's gonna be hard though because they have visions and shit. But Arcanist. So actually, before I write this, let me explain let me explain a little bit of class lore, right? So the way magic works on Kalis is casters, use words and motions and whatnot to basically kind of pull I guess not pull, but kind of invoke the magical field that exists on the planet via the fonts and pull power from them and power from themselves at the same time. They combine it together, and that is the spell that happens. Your fireballs, your chain lightnings, your healing spells, this and that and the other. I guess, yeah, well, yeah, because healing spells aren't limited to just um, divine classes anymore. So yeah, so that just kind of invoking the grand magical field of the planet and using a little bit of your own power, mixing them together, and that's where the spell comes out. Arcanists are different. They use entirely their own power in order to create magical effects. And the way that they learned how to do this with proficiency, because before timeline, before well, no, it was actually so around the time when the Diluvian crisis happened with the three great nations, the people just used the magical field of the planet and didn't really utilize a lot of their own power. They could, but they couldn't really do it with that much proficiency because, well, there was a lot of corruption and whatnot of the existential kind of all over the world. Isra do not, Isra existing just don't let people pull their own power. They also don't really let them cultivate it. People did not live that long during the age of the three great civilizations. So you can't really cultivate yourself like you can in the, I guess, quote unquote modern period on Kalis. And so what happened eventually was the Isra kind of took a step back once the stalemate was broken, and people started to, wizards and whatnot, started to experiment with ways of using magic. Eventually, eventually people started worshiping, the main pantheon of gods, this and that. For the most part, the Draconic pantheon, the free gods were out there. The void gods actually showed up, basically, because they were there previously. And so Gallagher himself taught a selection of people how to pull their own power to do magic like he does from, since he's from previously another world that has been completely destroyed and lost. So he taught people how to do magic the way that he does. And, well, that's your Arcanist. That's where Arcanists come in. They learned how to do it, basically circumventing the need for the world magical array. And so, those teachings were refined, passed down, and, just, refined, passed down to another generation. That other generation will refine it and pass it down, and so on and so on and so on. Powerful Arcanists rose up through, trial and tribulation, and, kind of formulated what will become the 2150 stuff. But the 1 to 20 stuff, the 120 stuff is kind of the basics, essentially. That's kind of how we've written every class with the 120 stuff. This is what, the classes know how to do well. This is what, these are the core teachings from generations, blah, 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 etc., etc. So, mana. So, Arcanists do not use spell slots. Suits, thoughts? Okay. Spell slot, hold on, is spell slots 2 words or is it 1 word? Hold on. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna make it 2 words just so that red line isn't there. To cast their spells. Instead, an internal reservoir. This is where this is where I don't know how to spell reservoir. R-E-O-I-R? Reservoir. Okay, alright. So they use an internal reservoir of power. They've cultivated. That is not how you spell cultivated. Oh my god. T-I. Okay. All right, that they have cultivated. This is their mana pool, and let's see, this is their mana pool. The amount of mana they see that they have at any given time. The amount of mana they have any, the maximum amount. The maximum amount of any mana they have at any given time is equal to, and how did I want to key this? Because looking over, because this is the problem where I didn't look. I haven't done the reverse engineering thing for spell gain, and so this first value that's probably going to need tweaking later might be a little bit janky, but you know, let's see, is equal to. Let's key it to 3 right now. 3 plus. Okay, Arcanist. Fuck, what the hell? Arcanist level plus their wisdom modifier. Do you want me to put spaces here? Fine. So 3 plus Arcanist level plus wisdom. So, you know, if you're rolling the way that we do, the maximum stat that you can get is 18, which is a +3. And then, so a level 1 Arcanist would start out with 3, 6, 7 mana. So, 7, you know, that's the maximum for starting. At least the way that I have people roll for stats. So, 7 is your max, starting out. And this goes up, obviously, because, you know, it has 2 different scalars in there with Arcanist level and Wisdom modifier. Let me see if there's anything I need to add here, and I will do the rest of the formatting later, so it's going to look a little bit scrunched before I do that. I'm going to try and get, you know, 3 or 4 levels in before, you know, I start doing that. Also, I need to put page numbers on here just to make me feel better. Good. Okay. Wisdom modifier. Mana. Yes. I do need to specify here that, let's see, due to, why do I keep spelling it Arcanist? What the fuck? Due to Arcanist not using spell slots, cannot benefit. They cannot benefit from meta magic feats. Those will be built in. Those will be built in as I figure out where to put them in the class. I mean, looking at this chart, they've got some levels. I mean, they don't get their half capstone until right here, and then their primary capstone is going to be, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Magic Burst is a Dragon Quest ability, and it's going to be huge. Basically, just, you know, dump your pool. Right, mana, yada yada yada. Okay, so this is good. This is good. So next is their actual spell casting. So spell casting. Let's see. So, really? Oh, I just keep doing the I and the S. Okay. From the Arcanist spell lists, which isn't even. We haven't done any spell list. We just have the master list of spells. Where it's like, yeah, fuck it, take whatever. I need to test the spells. Then we'll sort. You know, eventually, once the spell list has more spells, we will start divvying them out into spell lists, which is going to be a task. It's going to be a task. Let's see, draws their spells from the Arcanist spell list. Let's see. Despite using mana to cast, they can't cast cantrips at despite using mana to cast their spells, they can cast cantrips at no cost. Also drawing from the Arcanist spell list. Right. Right. This is where we have to put in, you know, oh yeah. To learn a spell. So, and wisdom equal to 10 plus the spells tier. So you need to have a base 11 wisdom to learn first tier spells. You need to have a base 12 to learn second tier, you know, et cetera, all the way up until you need to have a base 20 to be able to learn 10th tier spells. But 10th tier spells just inherently also record. That doesn't. Let me start over. You need. That says Arcanist, damn it. Anyway, so you need to have a base 11 to learn a first tier spell, and you know, base 12 to learn a second tier, and on and on and on until 10th tier, which is the exception, because 10th tier spells require that you have a base 30 in your primary spellcasting stat to learn and cast them. Which, hey, a base 30 is plus 10, which means that, you know, you'll be able to cast one 10th tier spell once you hit 30, you know, with the rest of your mana pool, you know, the rest of your mana pool notwithstanding. You know, also, assuming that you somehow have a base 30 at level 1, you can cast one 10th tier spell, and then you're pretty much tapped out. You're going to be sitting there with 4 mana points, you know, so hey, have fun. Spellcasting is equal to the tiers. So the spell's tier to cast a spell. So they spend point. Fucking damn it. Spends points from equal to the. Why did I capitalize that? Spells tier. Meaning that a first tier spell costs 1. I'm gonna capitalize mana every time, just because I don't know why. Just meaning that this first tier spell costs 1 mana point. And so on. You know, you get the idea. And so on. To cast a spell. Yeah, you're right. I need to fix that. Okay, so on. Costs 2 mana points. And so on. You know, easy stuff. Easy stuff. You know, basically, it's simplified. So basically, you know, where most classes gain, you know, as they level up, unlock, you know, different tiers of spell slots that they can use. I think a wizard can't cast second tier. Let me actually look. Pathfinder wizard can't cast second tier spells until 3rd level. Technically speaking, you know, the way that this is written, if your Arcanist has sufficient wisdom, then not wisdom modifier, wisdom score, Jesus. Anyway, so technically speaking, the way this works is if your Arcanist has a, let me just throw a number out, a 12 wisdom, then he can cast a second tier spell at level 1. I mean, you have a base 4 mana pool, you know, if you have 0 wisdom, which, you know, kind of fails with the example here. So, you know, if you have a base 12 wisdom, so you're sitting with 5 mana points. You can cast a second tier spell twice before your mana pool is, you know, you can't cast any more second tier spells. Which reminds me, I do need to write some more in here. I said it just now. Oh yeah, spells known. Let's see, they're going to learn spells in accordance with a table because having access to above first tier magic at level 1 is kind of could be kind of broken. So they're going to learn spells in accordance with wait, no, the max, no, I need to rewrite this. So it's going to be determined by Chart, okay. Chart, let's see, ARC, ARC SK, which I will make later in this video. Which, yeah, I'm just going to highlight this and comment, make the chart and insert it into this document. Just in case I forget. Just in case I forget, So, yeah, right. So, so on the maximum number of spells they can know at any time is determined by this chart. Arcanists will be able to, as Wizard is a parent class, they will have access to the full threshold of magic. So 0 through 10, and be able to, cast off of that. Right. Although with the 10th tier magic, I'm probably going to stagger their gain for that a little bit differently. Because the way it works normally is you get 1 10th tier spell. If you're a caster, you get 1 10th tier spell slot per every 10 levels. It's probably going to be with the exception of Wizard and now Arcanist. It's going to be staggered out a little bit differently. I'm probably not going to get their first 10th until I think level 15 or something. And then we'll probably just go on standard scaling from there. I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of mulling it over in the back of my mind. And so, right, there is that. So, right, spellcasting, mana spellcasting, it's their bread and butter stuff right here. So we're going to go ahead and insert that into the chart. Right, so bonus feats. When do they get their feats? It's 2 in every 8. Ooh, that's slow. That's slow, but then again, this is going to be a really heavy and potentially really powerful arcane class. So having slow feat gain is probably for the best, and the idea of them gaining meta magic to work with their mana in a meta magic feats kind of built in to work with their mana, but not being able to do meta magic is going to kind of be kind of whatever. Anyway, I do need to put in their magical aura as well, but that's just a mechanic. Actually, I probably don't need to put it in to each document because it's a mechanic that I can just put into another document. So we'll just do that. So going on to level 2, this is where they get bonus feats, and I'm going to reiterate, they cannot select meta magic because it doesn't work with their mana, because meta magic uses spell slots. There's an easy conversion for this, but I'm just going to put that in. I'm just going to build it into the class with different associated costs. They cannot benefit from meta magic feats. I also need to put in how they regain mana. I also didn't capitalize Arcanist. Regains, let's see. After 8 hours of sleep, or at a rate of 1 mana point. 1 mana point per hour as they kind of, just draw from their own energy. Right, there's that. Bonus feats. So, starting at 2nd level, start getting at 2nd level, begin gaining bonus feats, and getting bonus feats, and we'll continue. Tio, okay. Every 8 levels thereafter. Did I spell that wrong? Whatever. So this means that they will have a total of 3 at level 18 and 7 at level 50. I can close this now. 3, level 18, and 7 bonus feats at level 50. Perfect. Good. I mean, that's, bonus feats are always really cut and dry, so there's no need to, elucidate that too much. So, right. So, in accordance with our design philosophy, they do need something at second level. This could be a lot. Basically, every level is going to have something that they get, and it's probably going to get progressively trickier for me to do this. But as we've kind of done this, we're going to be able to kind of get this done. Anyway, right. So second level. So second level, you're basically fresh out. Most of the time, I don't even start at second level. I start at third. So that way you've got a decent power set to work with, and blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Right. So now we need to. Oh, actually, let me look at Pathfinder for inspiration here. See, oh yeah, exploits. Oh yeah, exploits. We can just bag some exploits. Right. So, let me think. What do we start out with? So, let's go with let's see. Second level, second tier, second level, second level. Hmm. Oh wait, signature school. Duh. This is going to be something from Wizard, but it's going to help, I think. So signature school. So at second level, and of why did I capitalize magic? As their signature school, right? So basically, this is just a cost reduction thing. Have their mana cost reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1. To a potential minimum of 1. And have have their cost increased by 1 to no limit, basically. So, if your Arcanist is like, oh, I'm going to choose Evocation because damage, then all Evocation spells, which I guess technically means, with the exception of 0 and first tier spells, will have their mana cost reduced by 1. This is not going to apply to 10th tier spells. Because the 10th tier spells are still broken and overpowered, and they're still going to be pretty powerful once I go through them again and apply the appropriate nerfs, but I think this ability, I think that last sentence will still hold over even after the changes. So there's that. Signature school, yada yada. God, I thought I had the hiccups. Does not apply to 10th tier spells. Right, signature school, easy stuff. Also, I don't really need the class backend because I already have, I've already got that stuff mixed in. So, signature school. So we're moving right along. We're moving right along to level 3. Level 3, I think this is where we get them their first meta thingy. And so let's see. Let's give them a meta thingy. One of the lower ones. So Oh, here we go. Gestureless. Let's do, wait, let's scroll down. Let's see if what else we can find. Widened. Hey, there we go. We could do bigger magic, or we can do magic without gestures. Let's do bigger magic first. Let's do bigger magic first. So meta mana widen is just bigger magic. So starting at 3rd level, an Arcanist. So let's see, because this is where I'm going to need. I actually need the master list. I actually need this text master list. Widen magic by sacrificing 4 slots from the same level or 2 slots of the level above the original spell of the above the original spell. You can double the area of effect. We're not going to do that quite yet, or this is going to be different. So, right. So, so they basically just increase the area of effect for more mana cost. Okay, yes. So as for what I'm going to key this to, because I don't want to give them just straight up double just yet. That will be later. So additional mana cost. So okay, how about this? So by spending double, so for 2nd level it goes from 2 to 4, and for 1st tier it's 1 to 2. You know, easy stuff. And this is the original cost. This does not take into account the signature school, right? So if you cast a 2nd tier spell of your signature school, the base cost is 1. But if you use meta mana widen, the cost becomes 3. It's the original cost. I'll specify that here, but I just wanted to say that out loud now, just to kind of help with, basically just saying what I'm typing before I type it, right? Spending double the original cost of the spell, by half its original size, basically. Basically, so how do I want to word this? The cost, let's see, the cost, uh, uh, affected by, is not reduced. How about that? Cost of this ability is not reduced or increased by. So, right? Oh shit! I accidentally did a superscript. So, right? Our Arcanist is going to be locked out of taking meta magic. Right? Yeah, I said that already. So, Aiden, right here, this sentence. Due to Arcanists not using spell slots, they cannot benefit from the effects of meta magic feats. So technically, I'm not forbid. Technically, they're not hard forbidden from taking meta magic feats, but there's no use in taking them because they don't have spell slots, right? I mean, I guess if they multi-class, then they have spell slots, then they can take, then they can, take meta magic feats and use their abilities, but they can't actually no, they hard cannot benefit from meta magic. So yeah, they hard cannot benefit on it. Um, yeah, right. Yeah, no, on your phone text is small. Anyway, so right, so with meta mana widen, it's double the original mana cost of the spell. All right, and the last sentence there is the cost of the ability is not reduced or increased by signature school, right? So we're just going to use an evocation Arcanist just as our standing example, right? So evocation Arcanist casts Fireball and then uses Meta Magic Whiten. Fireball is fuck. What tier is it? Oh, okay. Fireball is a third tier spell, right? So, Fireball is a third tier spell. And so Signature School reduces that cost to 2 mana points, right? However, when they cast it and they use Meta Mana Widen, they, increase the cost by 3, which makes it 5. Now, on the other hand, if an Arcanist were to cast, if this Evocation Arcanist were to cast, I don't know, Calm, right? And I think Calm is also a third tier spell, so that helps here. Actually, let's just look at the master list of spells. Fuck it. Let's go Mass Invigoration. That's a third tier spell. So if they cast Mass Invigoration, that's an illusion spell. The cost of that is increased from 3 to 4. Now with this ability that they have, and the cost of it isn't affected by Signature School, the cost isn't increased to 8, it's increased to 7, right? Which, whatever. There was something I needed to put here. Right, by spending double the... Alright, yeah. Right. Declared. So basically, it's a free action to cast it. It's a free action to use this ability alongside the casting of a spell, right? So, right, Meta Mana Widen, right? So there's that. Basically, we've got, you've got your spell casting, your mana pool, and then you've got a cost reduction at second level, and then instantly at third, you have a little thing that you can do to tweak it that ignores Signature School, but also helps you with but then again, if Signature School affected this, I think the costs would get out of control in both directions. And so by not doing that, by putting in that original mana cost, I should put an example in here, and I will actually right now. So, the Signature School casts the Fireball spell with this ability active. The becomes, let's see, 2 plus 5. Becomes 5 mana points, right? I'm just going to use Mass Invigoration as the example here. Chooses to cast Mass Invigoration. So hold on, so let's see. Doubles the original for 7. Becomes 7. Becomes 7 mana points. So, it's if you really want to get those effects out of your off school spells, then it becomes expensive. So it better be worth it. Right. Yes. Right. So there's Meta Mana Widen. Not that one. There we go. Oh, okay, good. I was hoping that didn't. I was hoping putting in a dash and a colon wouldn't fuck with the chart. It didn't. Probably because I'm using text and not numbers, so that's good. Oh. Right. Fourth level. Fourth level. Here we go. So, see, it'll be fifth level when I give them something special that I've been kind of just letting sit in the back of my mind since stream started and since I got to work. But fourth level. So since they have mana, we're going to have to define how their upcasting and downcasting works. As for what to call it, I will figure that out. So, right. Starting at fourth level, let's see. To reduce or increase the mana cost of casting the spell. Right. Yes. So this is their upcast and their downcast, basically. So we're probably just gonna use Fireball as the example here because it's a nice easy thing. So right, all right. Let's see. So by reducing the amount of mana spent, I didn't capitalize mana. You always need to make sure that you specify that you cannot go below 1. You cannot go below 1. You're not going to get any free casts out of here. I mean, maybe once everything kind of stacks up, they'll be able to cast like 5th tier spells for next to free for like 1 mana point, but first tier, so it's like, oh no, I could cast infinite first tier spells because of this, and this, and since it's my signature, blah blah blah. Actually, signature hard locks them at 1, so it'd have to be an off. It would have to be an off-school spell, but that's kind of a min-maxy thing. We'll see if that pans out though with everything that ends up getting written down. A right. A spell's effect or wait, hold on, let me actually read this sentence. By reducing the amount of mana spent on casting a spell, a spell's effect or damage can be reduced. Spell's effect or damage is reduced. Yeah, so it's wait, hold on. By reducing the amount of mana spent on casting a spell's effect or damage is reduced. Right. By increasing the amount of mana spent on casting a spell, spells or damage can be increased, right? So we're gonna be using Fireball here as our example. It's always gonna be the example. It's the spell that everybody knows, right? It's the spell that everybody knows. That's also a double the there. Cool. Okay, by increase. Okay, all right. Let's see. For each point, for each mana point. Actually, no, I should put these in the sentences. That way I don't have to type this weird sentence. Is reduced. Wait, so by reduce is reduced. Yes. Okay, is reduced. Spells, effect, or row. Hello, mother. Is 5. Additionally, by increasing the amount of mana spent on casting a spell, a spell's effect or damage can be increased. And then we just copy the sentence. For each in the cost, the spells increased by. So, you know, the obvious solution is to make it parallel. Where the obvious thing that comes to mind is to make it parallel. Where, oh yeah, as you spend more mana, you know, as you dump more singular points into it, the damage embiggens by 50%, or effect embiggen, just gets stronger by 50%. With damage and with crippling effects, this can have this could rapidly get out of control. So I think a quarter is okay. I think a quarter is good for not letting it get out of control too quickly. And again, we might, after I get some data here, the actual thing here for their starting mana might need to be keyed differently to different values. 3 starting off might be too much. Maybe whole Arcanist level is too much, because with the wisdom modifier is probably going to stay the same. Yada yada yada. To cast a spell. Right. Yeah. Okay, so as for what to call this, because this is the up and down cast at the same time. And making it one ability makes it hard to actually name it. Wait. Making it one ability makes it hard to name it, but if I split it into 2 abilities and then give them the special thing at level 6, that might work actually. So yeah, yeah, I think we'll do that. So we're going to make an adjustment here. What's the opposite of intensified? I know reduced is the obvious one here. Intensified. Thank you, Thesaurus. Antonyms. Compressed? That's not right. Hold on. Did I actually do? I did intensified. Spell control. Spell control would work as a good one one thing here. See, as in enlarged. Okay, let's try magnified instead. We're just gonna have to go with reduced magic. I don't care. Whatever. We'll go with magics instead of magic. So starting at 4th level, fixes. We're just gonna copy this, and I'm just gonna cut it up. So to increase the mana cost of casting spell for each reduction. Okay, this is intensified. Yeah, wait. Can manipulate the effects of spells to increase them. Right, and then boom, boom. Increase by 1/4, and then we just delete this part to increase. There we go. I think we got it. Hold on. Is it manipulate to reduce the mana cost of casting a spell. Casting a spell to 1 mana point. Spell or damage. I should also put that here. Fix. A spell is to increase the mana cost of casting a spell by increasing the amount of mana spent on casting a spell. Spell's effect or damage can be increased. There we go. We got both of these. And that's level 4 too. Hell yeah, me. did we go reduced magics? Yeah. If somebody comes up with another. Intensified magics. There we go. Reduced magics, intensified magics. Yes, good. And, oh, this needs to be 5th. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then now we move on to level 6. So level 6 is absorb. Is that how you spell absorption? No, it isn't. How you spell it? Oh, it is. It is a P. Absorption. Yeah, not absorption. Okay, whatever. Level starting at, yeah, 6th level. And okay. Let's see. So starting at 6th level, an Arcanist. Jesus fucking Christ, I can't speak. An Arcanist can absorb. Let's see. It can absorb magical energy left over from can absorb residual magics left over from spells that were recently cast. To so basically, uh, let's see, I spelled minute, I think. This ability must be used within a minute of the So basically, this is just a mana restoration thing that they can do. So, enemy wizard casts. Actually, you know what? Let's change it up. Enemy cleric casts a 2nd tier healing spell, right? The Arcanist can then go, ooh, food for me. I've cast some spells, or even an ally, really. Can do that. Go, ooh, food for me. Can then use this ability to to just take can just take that and just use it to restore himself. There are a few other sentences I need to put in here. And so you can't use it on a spell that's still active, such as um, such as like Storm of Vengeance, or anything that kind of just has a multi-round persisting effect. Its ability cannot be used on spells whose effects are still active. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. There was another sentence that I was going to put in here. Let me think. Let me actually read this again. Absorb magical energies leftovers from. Wait a second. Starting at 6th level, an Arcanist can absorb magical energy left over from spells that were recently cast. Using this ability costs a standard action, restores the number of mana pool points equal to half the spell's tier. This ability must be used within a minute of the spell's casting in order to benefit from this effect. This ability cannot be used on spells whose effects are still active. Right. Yes. And yeah, that's something, I think. Hold on. And then there was one more thing that I was going to put on there. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine. So spell absorption is just a restore, basically, at 6th level. And it's right here. Spell absorption. Okay. Now we go to level 7, and this is where they're probably going to get their next meta thing. So this is meta mana. Let's go over here and take a look. Let's see. Oh, verbal. Oh, verbal and somatic. Oh, yeah, we got both verbal and somatic because we don't use material. So verbal and somatic. We could get, hold on, let me look at the chart. So let's see, if we use verbal and somatic right next to each other, then we give them something at level 9, and then blood casting is going to be a cool thing. Let's see. Let's go with, let's see, do we want to give them verbal or somatic first? Because that's what we'll do here, is we'll give them those things. But do we give them verbal or somatic first? Somatic is movement, verbal is speech. We can make them not work with each other, at least presently, and then later down the line they can use both, just as a simple thing. Oh, let me think. Verbal or somatic, verbal or somatic, verbal or somatic. First. Let's see. If we give them somatic, then they still have to do the verbal stuff for another level. Or maybe another 2 levels if I just want to spread them out like that. If we give them verbal first, then they still have to do somatic. Let's give them verbal first. Let's give them verbal first. Yeah. Meta mana. Meta mana. Yeah, meta mana. I'll just put verbal for now. We'll just, you guys will know what you guys will figure it out. You guys know what it means. Okay. Starting at 7th level. Wait, let me just use mana widen. Oh yeah, okay. It says can spend additional mana pool points to cast without verbal components, and this is where we need this. What is the verbal one called? I don't remember. Quiet magic. So quiet magic is just 2 slots. Okay, well, yeah, we can make this cheap. We can make this cheap to do. Increases the cost of the, increases the mana cost. Increases the cost by 1 mana point. It's a reaction. The spell. Ability? Okay. So yeah, I need to actually put that on meta mana widen, that it can't be used. Other. There we go. Meta mana verbal. Okay. No, don't just hit enter. I should have just hit meta mana verbal. Cool. Yes, maybe blood casting should be a bit further down. Yeah, it's just coming up with a name for what it could be. Yeah, Bloodcasting, we're just gonna move down to I think 15 or 16, and then we go from there. So Meta Mana Verbal. Cool. And at this point I am going to do the formatting. Right. So yeah. We're chugging right along. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. Okay, so now the question becomes, do I give them somatic now, or do I try to give them something else now? I don't even know what else I would give them, so I guess we could just give them somatics now. And then, wait, no, I know what we could give them now. Yeah, we can still keep blood casting at, uh, we can still keep blood casting at 10th level. And then we give them the thing that I think we should give them now. But first I need to check. I need to check the conditions sheet for this. Here it is: exhaustion and fatigue. Fatigue. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Yes. Okay. All right. So here we go. Tiring cast. So, at 8th level, uh, even when his mana pool is depleted, right? Oh, I put an extra vowel in there. My bad. Anyway, he can still cast spells even when his mana pool is depleted. So the cost for this, right? Right? So for every two, wait, using this ability to cast a spell, he gains a stack of, why did I capitalize the F? Gains a stack of fatigue for every 2 points. 2 points? 2 points sounds good. And using this ability to cast a spell, I should also increase the cost as well. When using the cost of the spell increases by half the original mana cost, and he gains a stack of fatigue for every 2 mana points spent. And then you also can't. I mean, I guess you could still use mana metas with this. You know, just really just dump yourself here. Gains a stat. Can still cast spells even when his mana pool is depleted. Using this ability, the cost of the spell increases by half the original mana cost. And he gains a stack of fatigue for every 2 mana points spent. I should also probably round it up. So if you're casting a first tier spell, Jesus, if you're casting a first tier spell with no mana pool, it's going to cost 2 points, and you're going to get that stack of fatigue, which is going to, not be good, but, I remember what I wanted for spell absorption. So spell absorption doesn't work on your own spells. There will be an improved version later where it does, and also where you just get more. So there's that. So tiring cast. Basically, you can still do magic even when you run out of mana, but you're gonna get tired pretty quick. And since this is one of those classes that's probably going to dump all into wisdom, your physical stats probably aren't going to be overly high. And that didn't capitalize. So now, meta mana somatics. So this is where we get Metamana Somatics. And this is just going to be a copy and paste from Metamana Verbal, because it does the same thing, but, you know, 9th level. An Arcanist can cast spells without somatic components. Somatic components, the cost, increase the cost, this mana cost by 1 mana point, alongside the spell. This cannot be used. Simple. Simple and clean. You know, you get Verbal, and then you get Tiring Cast, and then you get Metamana Somatics. Now this is where we do blood casting. Ooh, blood casting. However, I have to pee. So, I'm going to be right back. I will leave just the document up for a minute, and I will be right back. And we're back. I am back. I am back. So let me just adjust my beverages here. Okay. So Metamana Verbal, Metamana Somatics, yada yada yada. Now we get to blood casting. This one's gonna be something. Right? Okay. Blood casting. Okay. At 10th level. A level of mastery. That, what the fuck? That allows him to, sacrifice his own vitality, to restore a portion. Restore a portion of his own mana pool. So basically, you're gonna, you know, vitality to spirit, as it were. Thank you, Orcs Must Die Unchained, for that line. I have remembered it even after all this time. So, right, so turning health into magic. Right, so yada 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 over the arcane arts that allows him to sacrifice his own vitality in order to restore a portion of his mana pool. Let's see, for every, let's see, what do I want to key this to? 5? 4? 3 to 5. 3 to 5. Let's say 4 for now. Hit points is 2 words. For every 4 hit points, gains 1 mana point. Damage dealt to the Arcanist by this ability. Cannot be healed normally. and must be healed by taking yeah. Must be healed by sleeping for, let's say, 12 hours. So that way you really can't shake this off. Yada yada yada. Damage dealt to the Arcanist by this ability cannot be healed normally and must be healed by sleeping for 12 hours. There was something else I was going to put here. 1 mana point for every 4. Seems okay. The Arcanist gains 1 mana point. Damage dealt to the Arcanist by this ability cannot be healed normally and must be healed by sleeping for 12 hours. Okay. If the Arcanist reduces his hit points to 0 or below through this ability, reduces his hit points to 0 or below through this ability, he will die 1 hour after. He will die 1 hour after. Die 1 hour after. Yeah. Basically, so yeah, you can kill yourself with this. You can kill yourself with this. But you will, you can spend as much health as you want on this, but you will die. You will die doing this. Let's see, that's already in the chart. Good. Level 11, we're making great progress. We're making great progress. Level 11, though, this is where we need to start doing things. Or this is where we need more things. We need a lot more things. Because let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I still technically have 10 abilities to write, but I have 9 to come up with. Okay, so... let's see. Right. Let's do this. Dual metacasting. So 11, not 112, good lord. It's enough experience. Two of his meta abilities. Can use 2 of his meta abilities at the same time. Yes. See, so the cost of using this ability is simply the 2 abilities that you're using at the same time, together, just added together. There's no extra cost. It's the cost of using both abilities together, and the mana cost. This is just an action economy thing, basically, of using both abilities added together, and declared alongside the casting of the spell. So you just use 2 of your meta mana abilities together. It's just so simple. Dual metacasting. So now we go to level 12, and this is where I actually need to think. See, spell absorption happened at 6th level. Huh. I've got an idea. Let's see. Let's do this. Why is this not working? There we go. Retrieval? Yeah, spell energy retrieval. So this is another pool regen thing. Starting at 12th level. Also, I realize. 1. Alright. Oh, there's the other one. I see it. I see it. Alright, starting at 12th level. So this is basically just they can pilfer their own spells through the use of their through the use of their additionally. Also, there's 3Ds. Thank you. Additionally, uh, can also pilfer spells that were it can also pilfer magical energies from spells that were unsuccessfully cast. It's equal to half the spell's tier plus 1. So you're guaranteed 2 mana points if a enemy caster crit fails their spell. You can restore. Actually, there successfully cast. I'm gonna put as a standard action here. Nah. Let's go immediate action. Let's do that. Let's do that. So spell energy retrieval, just another, I can't believe I spelled retrieval correctly because it's one of those weird like IE words or EI words, but it's IE, so cool. Spell energy retrieval. Okay, now let's see, level 13. Let's go ahead and give him another meta thing. Okay. Wait. No, that's later. That's later. I have an idea for later, but I have an idea for later. So, let's see, Swift is definitely going to have to Swift is definitely going to have to be something higher up. Meta Magic Swift, I think, is going to be right here. Meta Mana Swift. Meta Mana Swift is going to be right there. And it's going to have a big cost. It's going to have a big cost. Let's see. Redirect, okay. Pinpoint. Let's see, Merciful. Okay. Magnified. Oh, Magnified's a big one. Oh, wait, Lengthened. Increase their suffering. Why didn't I think of that before? Okay, so yeah, we can do Lengthen. We can give him a, meta mana Lengthen. I don't like that. Lengthened. Let's see. This is where we need thesaurus.com. Or Aiden, if you're still there, a single word meaning to extend the duration. Help me out. As in enlarged, prolonged. Oh, prolonged. There we go. Prolonged. There we go. Meta mana prolonged. Never mind, Aiden. I got it. Prolonged. There we go. 13th level. Wait a minute. I just need to do meta mana widen. And then we just use the, yeah, we just do the thing here. And boom, and boom, and 13th level. Wow. Sorry, I was talking. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I got it. I got it. Can increase the duration of the effects of their spells for an additional mana cost. And this is where we need to look at the thing here. So this is lengthened. 4. 4? Let's see, because meta mana widen costs what? Is double. You know what? That's fine. That should be fine. And it can increase the duration of their spells for an additional mana cost by spending of the spell. The duration of the effect of the spell increases by half its original duration. Wow, I typed original twice. By half the original duration, cost of this ability is not reduced or increased by signature school. Use of this ability must be declared. Okay, and then evocation is, you know what, I think we have the example above, and that kind of works out here, so we don't need to put the additional example here. So meta mana prolonged. Meta mana prolonged. Let's see. Yes. Oh, wait, I need meta mana widen. Oh, yeah, wait, no, there it is. And then since we have dual meta casting, I'm just going to put another sentence here. Now that you have dual meta casting, you can use it together with something else. Extend the duration. Let's see. So there's that. Meta mana prolong. Level 14. See, level 15 was going to be another special thing. Yes, this is going to be improved spell absorption. Yeah, basically. Yes, yes, yes. I know what it's going to be. I know what level 15 is going to be. I just need to think of a name for it. But first, we're on level 14. So, let's see. Intensified magics is the, yeah, reduced and intensified to the up-down thing. Wait. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Let's do this. Thesaurus.com. Signature. As in, what's the, no, not as in signing of name, as in trademark, I guess? No, not logo symbol. Oh, what's it? Fucking signature. Like that's your thing. No, see more, come on. Printing, no. A distinctive pattern, product of care. Right. Signature. Yeah, this. I need a synonym for this. Let's try distinct. Fuck it. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. How about let's see, it's like this is going to be a meta reduced cost. Um, you know, we'll just do it. We'll just do signature meta. Fuck it. You know, if somebody comes with something better, you know, go ahead and throw it out, but we're just going to go with signature meta. Signature meta. I can sit again. On, okay. So this is just going to reduce the mana cost of the metas by a certain amount. I'll figure that out as I write it. Chooses one of the Reduce the mana costs. Wow. For every Elves, okay. So chooses one of the mana abilities he already has and reduces the mana cost of using that mana ability by 1 mana point for every 10 Arcanist levels he possesses. Once he chooses his signature meta, cannot change it. Also, I should probably put that on signature school. There's still a little underline right there. How about you go away? There we go. So there's signature meta. Boom. Easy shit. Okay. Right. Right. So now level 15. This is where they're gonna get something really cool. This is where they're gonna get something really cool. Yes. Let's see. So as for what to call it, I will think of that. I will think of that. So, starting at 15th level. So the idea behind this ability is whenever they successfully resist a spell or take damage, they can steal the leftover magical energy. Uh, uh, to restore their mana pool. Resist spell or takes damage from a spell. They can pilfer the leftover magical energies as an immediate action, restore a portion of their mana pool. Equal to the spell's tier. Simple, you know. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Let's see, I don't know what to call this though. Because let's see. It's not protective because they're still taking the damage in one case. I mean, once they resist it, resisting is, this doesn't help them resist it. It just rewards them for resisting. It also kind of rewards them for taking damage, but hey, there's that. Let me think. See, battle absorption is what comes to my mind. Battle absorption is what comes to my mind. But I'm thinking. Let's just go with battle absorption. Let's just go with battle absorption. That's fine. Battle absorption. Mana. I mean, by this point, a level 15 Arcanist has a minimum of 18 on their mana pool. We're gonna be casting a lot of big boy spells. I mean, maybe. But at the same time, they also can reduce cost. Well, they can reduce cost, but the costs are pretty key. The reduction in costs are keyed pretty low. You know, they can also do a whole bunch of meta stuff to just increase magical effects to spend more mana. Yeah, again, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to watch closely when somebody plays a VTC Arcanist to see how balance actually works. You know, I think that'll be 2025. I might sit in. If somebody's playing an Arcanist, I might sit in, keep track of their mana, and then just kind of watch it go up and down as they use different abilities to, you know, restore pool and not restore pool, and this and that. But yeah, battle absorption I am satisfied with. Level 16. Level 16. Let's see. Level 16 I think is where we give them... Where's the damage one? Where's the damage one? Magnified magic. Magnified magic. If magnified magic... wait, magnified? Oh. Maximized? Oh, okay. Oh, it's a Z, not an S. Okay, whatever. Maximized. 5 slots from the same level or 2 slots of the level above. Okay, so this is where I'm going to need to review the others here. Right. By spending double the mana cost. That's prolonged. See, verbal is just 1. Okay, verbal is just 1. Semantics is just 1. Widen is also double. So I think maximized is going to have to be triple, because that's taking out a whole bunch of die rolling, and you're probably going to guarantee some decent damage. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be triple, if not quadruple. I think. Well, let's see. Fireball, if you double it, that's 6 pool points. It's the original value, so it's 5 to 6 at level 16. Level 16, you're only going to be able to cast that 3 times. I mean, that's without wisdom, of course, but I think triple is fine. I think triple is fine. Meta mana. Meta mana maximized. So prolonged is going to have to be right here. Let's see, signature meta already has. Right, so since we're doing maximized and swift after signature, then it's fine. 16th level can maximize the damage, maximize the variables of their spell by spending triple the original mana cost of the spell. The variable effects are maximized. Maximize. The cost of this ability is not reduced or increased by signature school. Free action alongside casting a spell. Right? Right. Yes. Right. Hold on. Is maximized. I should probably put the for example right here. We're just going right back to Fireball. The damage by the spell. For example, if a fireball spell is cast, right, then the Arcanist takes the maximum value of the die as the damage dealt by the spell. Yeah, so this ability also ILITY. Any variable maximizes, not maximize, maximizes any variable, any variable duration, maximizes. Variable duration. Cost of this ability is not reduced or increased by a signature school, and use of this ability must be declared as a free action alongside the casting of the spell, and it cannot be used alongside other metas except through dual meta casting. So there's meta maximized. And since that was a meta and I copied it, we need to do this. We're on 5 pages of this stuff. This is a college paper's worth of stuff. I love it. All right. Yeah, meta maximized. Okay. So, level 17. Level 17. Okay, so we got him battle absorption. We gave him another meta. Yeah, there's spell energy retrieval, dual casting, you know, killing yourself for more power. I think we could do something with signature school here. Yeah, yeah, how about, yeah, okay. Yeah, how about, let's see. Something with signature school to, again, give another little cost reduction. Another small cost reduction. But what do I call it? I don't know. Level 17. So yeah, at 17th level, from his signature school, has become more efficient with weaving spells from his signature school. Right, so, let's see. So the cost of casting spells from his mana cost. The mana cost of casting spells from his signature school is reduced by 1 mana point. To a minimum of 1, of course. To a minimum of 1. See, we gave them signature meta. We gave them signature. Wait a minute. Yeah. Let's see, signature meta. What does it say? Reduce the mana cost by 1. And let's just give him another little reduction here. Additionally, the mana cost of his reduced by 1 mana point. Easy. And this one is signature weaving. Cool. Signature weaving. Okay. Cool. Arcanist has become more efficient with weaving spells from his signature school. Cost of casting spells from his signature school is reduced by 1 mana point to a minimum of 1, of course. Additionally, the mana cost of his signature meta is reduced by 1 meta point. Wait a second. Hold on. Signature meta. Prolonged is double. You could do that with signature meta. Hold on. Somatics can't be reduced. Somatics can just become free. Meta can become, or verbal can become free, and widen is also reduced. That, you know what, that's fine. That's fine. That can, you know, that you can make that free if you choose that. Sure. From his signature school, weaving spells from his signature school. And with his signature meta, cost reduced by 1 mana point is reduced by 1 mana point. oh, wait, and, hold on. Oh, it's already right there. Okay. And with weaving, spells with his signature meta. There we go. Just another really small cost reduction that I think will go a long way at high level. I mean, shit, it's probably going to go a long way even right here at level 17, but hey, you know, there we go. Alright, so Meta Mana Swift. This is just going to be Meta Mana maximized, but it makes it so that you can cast spells on a standard action. Boom, 19th level. Can, wait, yeah, Meta Mana Swift can maximize, yeah, alright, Arcanist can. Their spells for an additional mana cost. Triple the mana cost of the spell. By spending triple the mana cost of the spell, it's a single standard action. Boom. And then cost of this ability is now reduced or increased. Okay, there we go. Simple. Meta Mana Swift lets them do magic faster. Of course, it does go with triple the cost. So if you're doing Meta Mana Swift and Meta Mana Maximized at the same time, that is 6 times the cost for a spell. Which, you know, for those of you in the audit, wait a second, Meta Mana Swift actually needs to have the thing where 10th tier is not reduced. Hold on. As a standard action with the exception. I did not overlook that because the way that was written, you could just pop 10th tier spells as a standard action, which would be really, really, really bad. It would be really, really, really bad, you know? Wait a minute, Meta Mana Swift is level 18, not 19. I still have to come up with something for 19. Oop. There we go. Okay, alright. Meta Mana Swift. Meta Mana Swift. Okay. Now, level 19. And this is where I might struggle. Oh. Wait a minute. Theft. Theft. Of course. Theft. Theft is the answer. Theft is the answer to the level 19 question. Theft. You know? Anyway, theft. Let's see. Yes. Yes. Starting at level 19th level. I don't know why I blanked there for a second because I was trying to figure out how I'm going to word this. Yeah, 19th level. They could just steal. They could just steal it. They could just fucking steal magical energy from people. Starting at an Arcanist can steal magical energy from other casters. You know, to do this, just make a melee touch attack against his target. If successful, he can from you can take an amount of magical energy from the target equal to from half his total mana pool. Successful he can take. Can take an amount of advantage. Right. Equal. All right. All right. This ability, right? This ability cannot be used to gain. The maximum. The target also gets a save against this. The target must make a will save to resist this effect. Bada bing, bada boom. So hold on, let me actually read this. Starting at 19th level, an Arcanist can steal magical energy from other casters. To do this, he must make a melee touch attack against his target. If successful, he can take an amount of magical energy from the target equal to half his total mana pool. This ability cannot be used to gain mana points exceeding the maximum mana pool value. The amount stolen from another caster starts by draining his highest tier spell slots and any uneven values deplete lower tier spell slots, which means that, Arcanist with a pool of 30, let's say, does this, and he's, again, the level 19 Arcanist fights a level 19 wizard. He makes the melee touch attack. He touches the wizard, and he starts stealing his magic. All right, he has a maximum of 30, and he has no pool right now. That's why he's doing this, right? He can then go, all right, I'm going to take 15. All right, what then happens is that he takes a 9th tier spell slot, because that's 9 points, right? It takes a 9th tier spell slot, and then with the 6 left over, he takes a 6th tier spell slot. So the wizard just loses a 9th and a 6th tier spell slot right there, and has to rest to restore them. And the Arcanist is like, well, I got 15 points now. Let's do this, right? So that's what that will do. That's what that does. Right. Let's see. Mana Pilfering is good enough for now. Mana Pilfering. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And now, Magic Burst. The capstone. What does Magic Burst do? What does Magic Burst do? We're gonna have some fun here. Magic Burst. Magic Burst. Magic Burst. We're gonna have to make this decent in order to actually, do this. So finally, at 20th level. Finally at 20th level. All at once. To unleash a potentially devastating attack, right? All right. You're dumping the whole mana pool for this. Right. So he spent his entire mana pool all at once to unleash a potentially devastating attack. So, right, as a standard action, designates a point or a target, right? magical energies explode outward from that point. Dealing an amount of damage equal to 1d8 chaos damage for every, let's see, if it's 22, that's 11d8. Yeah, 2 points is fine. Actually, let's do 1d8 chaos plus 1. Okay, yeah, 1d8 plus 1 chaos damage for every 2 mana points spent. 2 mana points spent. All creatures. Wait, oh, that's magical energies explode outward in a radius of, let's see, explode in an outward radius of 30 feet. From the designated point. Designated point, dealing an amount of damage equals to 1d8 plus 1 chaos damage for every 2 mana points spent. Right? Right? All creatures within the area of effect can make a reflex save to avoid the damage. This ability can be used alongside Meta Magic Widen, their first, meta thing. Meta Magic Widen. Meta Mana Widen. Should we use on Meta Magic Widen here? Hold on. Double the original mana cost. Right, so we're gonna have to key this to increase the size of the blast for a cost. For the the cost of Meta Mana Widen in this case is 5 mana points. And Meta Mana Widen cost can be reduced if Mana Widen was chosen. So finally, at 20th level, an Arcanist can expend his entire mana pool all at once to unleash a potentially devastating attack. As a standard action, the Arcanist designates a point or target, and magical energies explode outward in a radius of 30 feet from the designated point, dealing an amount of damage equal to 1d8 chaos damage for every 2 mana points spent. All creatures within the area of effect can make a reflex save, the DC of which is the Arcanist spell save, to avoid the damage. This ability can be used alongside Meta Mana Widen to increase the size of the blast. The cost of Meta Mana Widen in this case is 5 mana points. The cost can be reduced if Meta Mana Widen was chosen as the Arcanist's signature meta. This is their capstone. Just throw everything you have at the enemy. Just blow it all. Just blow them up. Or if there's more than one enemy, blow them all up. You know, and this is where I need to. Close some things. There we go. We need their alt capstone, which I already have an idea for their alt capstone. But we're gonna jump to Barbarian for the formatting really quick. There we go. So it's a heading 2. All right. Boom. Okay. Barbarian. Okay. Okay, so their alternate capstone is just a pool increase. It's just a, static pool increase. Expended mana pool. Do you have to do the finally at level 20? Yeah. Arcanist mana pool increases by 10 points. I'll do the flavor text here. I gotta do the flavor text. Which one's it? Trained it like a muscle. As a result, the Arcanist mana pool increases by 10 points. Boom. And that is the class. That is Arcanist. That is everything from 1 to 20, and we just do some more formatting. Advanced class features is also a heading too, which is 2150. $21.50. There we go. This is the class. It's done. It's good to go. Oh boy. Yeah, it's done. I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling really good about this. Huh? Oh, shit, comment. Hold on. Oh. Actually, you know what? They're not going to have a chart. Delete this comment. Yeah, delete this comment. But maximum number of spells they can know at any time is equal to... spells of each tier. Of each tier they can know at any time is equal to their wisdom modifier. Wait, because you need a 9 in order to even... Okay, yeah, it's equal to their wisdom modifier. Yeah. Wait, no, the maximum number of spells... How about the maximum number of spells they can know? Spells they can know at any time is equal to their wisdom modifier. Yeah, there we go. That way I don't have to make a chart. Because I might change it to where the chart comes into play, but for right now I think this works. And oh boy. I realized I didn't put their armor in here. There we go. So yeah, I think this is good. I think this is ready to go. I am really, really interested in seeing how this is played. I definitely see a lot of people choosing expanded mana pool over Magic Burst, but Magic Burst is really cool, and there's also going to be a bunch of feats associated with it to change it, so there's going to be that as well. I think this is going to be really cool, and I'm going to start closing things. But yeah, everybody, I think I'll end it off here because we're done. So thank you everybody for sitting in and watching and listening and whatnot. Next week is Slayer. We're going to be tightening that up. I think. Let me actually look at it. Let me actually look at it right here. So Slayer. 10th, 11th, 14th. Oh god, yeah, we gotta work on Slayer. We gotta work on Slayer. So yeah, we're not gonna be doing 1 to 20. I mean, we're gonna be taking a second look at it. But yeah, we have to tighten this up quite a lot. So we'll be doing that next time. Until I see you all again. Later.